It's tabletop time!
And it's time for the grand finale of Reboot. This is probably the last time we're ever going to hang out with these characters. And we're here. I wanted to say that at the end of this episode, everyone, we have a very exciting announcement for what is coming next. We're really excited, and it's going to be cool. So we're going to let you know a little bit more about what's coming after Reboot, immediately after Reboot. And yeah, but other than that, it's Jazz's time to do words.
Is it?
Oh, it's Murray's time to do words. It's Murray's time to do words. No, it's Murray's. Yes, my mistake. I rescind it. It's Murray's turn.
We're going to start off with a huge shout out and a huge thank you to the community for their support, donations, and heartfelt messages. Particularly a big thank you to Undead Raven for a massive contribution that will keep my butt in this seat. But yes, thank you everyone. That's really wonderful and heartwarming.
Yeah, thanks guys.
I'm here to tell you that we have some updates to our merch store. We have an awesome tabletop time
Keep going. You're doing wonderfully. Darling, you're doing wonderfully.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay. We have some updates to the merch store. We have a new t-shirt that's the Tabletop Time logo as a Cyberpunk version, and you guys harassed me enough, and oh my god, what are you doing?
The show must go on. Acting. I'm a stagehand.
Jet and focus.
I'm a stagehand.
Jet and focus.
And you guys annoyed
Keep
me
going.
enough,
You're doing
so
well.
there's hoodies. That's the end of. Yep.
Can you just stand up a little bit, please? I tried to do that to Murray. It didn't work. You're so low, Jen. You're so low. I was trying to fix it, but I did the opposite.
That definitely fixed. Okay, Rob, do you want to?
Right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, cool.
Oh my, and the light. And that we lost the light. Can you just rotate? We're doing well. Rob, come on. Make us look professional, quick.
Nah, don't.
Other ways you can support us, we actually have hand-signed posters for all of our seasons that you can get either signed or not signed on itstabletoptime.com/posters while stocks last.
And stocks are only going to last for 2 more weeks.
There you
this
go.
week and next week. What is Dave?
What have you done?
What are you doing to the stream?
You know what? You guys look silly because we're in studio
Yeah,
mode,
we
so no
can't
one else could
see
see
this.
that.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Because
I'm fixing Jen's height.
I'm looking at us in space, and it looks like we're
No one
floating
else
in
can
abyss.
see that.
Okay.
No one else can
Well,
see that.
I was just going to
Nerds in
say
space.
thank you everyone for those little notes, and I just wanted to add to that. Thank you to our patrons for making this season possible, for making everything we do possible. Literally, aside from our donors, our patrons are the thing that keeps the light on and the roleplay episodes happening and allowing us to improve. We have plenty of improvements we want to make, and all of it hopefully will be possible in time. But if it is, it will be because of your support. So thank you so much. Spicy little thing to mention. The next thing we're going to be playing and everything moving forward will be with our own system, which we're sinking our teeth into. It's very exciting, and we're in this really interesting stage now where we're sharing a lot and getting a lot of feedback. Every comment in the Patreon notes that of the stuff we share really is being considered and matters. So if you want to hear about our game system, see literally what we're sort of brewing, and it's brewing fast and hard, and B, want to contribute and sort of say things and help us make the best game system, both for content and for you to use in the future possible, join us on Patreon. That is the best place to do that, and also on our Discord.
We'll be sharing frequent raw updates with our hero tier and higher. And then when we have sort of polished milestones, we'll be sharing them with more patrons as well. So it's kind of like 2 tiers of access. But everyone who has after party hangout can come and ask in the after party. We often talk every week, a little bit at least, about the game we're developing because everyone's super keen to hear about it. Yeah. We've played with Cogent Roleplay now for the whole time we've been back, which is scarily, we're in our 3rd year.
One of our first videos on the original Tabletop Time channel before it was split 7 years ago, 8 years ago, was our new roleplay system. It was like the alpha announcement of Cogent Roleplay and like showing some of the roles. It was one of the first things we put out. So it's pretty interesting. Like it's taken us, it's gone on a long journey with us, but we have outgrown it, and we are ready for something even bigger and better and very exciting. But it's in development. Can't wait for your feedback.
Now's the time to play.
I think it is.
Good luck, everyone. Have fun. The safety word is banana. if you do say banana, I will stop now, even if you say it as a joke, even though I said that as a joke. So, yeah.
Great.
Tonight's episode could go any way, any which
bananas.
way. Maybe we all die. Maybe we all live.
All right, thanks.
All right, thanks, everyone.
Yeah, bye.
I didn't say it.
He kind of did.
I pluralized it.
It's
Doesn't matter, still the word.
Oh my god, you said it.
We got to
multiple
stop now,
times.
everyone.
Don't invite Rob to parties, okay?
Seems excessive.
Or me if I have a soundboard.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
carry it around with
Mood, Dave. You ready?
Set the scene.
No pressure. It's been years. Everything's been building up
I was
to
playing
this
last
moment.
week. It's fine. Do you remember the glass slipper?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's fine.
That was the finale of
Yeah.
last season.
This can't be.
What?
Can only be better than that. Okay.
So eventful.
Have you, in your car journey, this is the one question I have to ask, decided what you're doing with Uriel? Because you decided you want to kidnap him, but how? I know that's not a hot lead into the episode, but like, what are you doing?
If the opportunity presents itself, maybe. Yeah.
All right. So, you are in a large Nile vehicle which arrives at the rear loading dock entrance on the backside of the Reboot headquarters. The car doors open and you all pile out with the two other Nile security personnel. And you head through the back entrances with the sort of medium security carrying the crate. And you enter the back foyer of Reboot Corp. White walls, neon lights, fairly stereotypical looking science fiction building. There are workers moving around, but generally people aren't paying much attention to you. Elias, you know the route to the secure elevator shaft and the double-layered security that is before it. As you enter this room, you all notice coming in from the front foyer, the lobby section at the entrance through these various corridors that run through this facility, a party of people that you did not expect to see. And the immediate sight that draws Peter's eye is Riley.
Ooh. Interesting.
Looking across from you, you see a group of 5 people. 3 of them appear to be of Japanese descent, wearing sharp suits. 2 of them, bodyguards with sunglasses on and full black suits, centered around a mature man in his late 50s who carries an air of authority. He's tall and well built, and he kind of has a reflected in his posture that he has a life of discipline. He's got a salt and pepper do that's neatly combed back. I'm gonna get Seb to make a general knowledge check on this one. Standing next to him and hanging off his arm is Riley, dressed in a seductive but professional outfit, the kind that would be worn by a sort of professional aide or a trophy accompaniment, but you know her true lethality and skills. On the other side is a 6'2" man who is immediately notable due to his heterochromia with his 2 different colored eyes, which could suggest a cybernetic or a genetic abnormality. He is unique in that of the group, he has a sheathed katana at his side, very much the stereotype of the Japanese conglomerate security personnel. And he's got long blonde hair hanging down, and he definitely has an air of threat about him, almost a counterpart to Riley, but male. And they all walk into the room, chaperoned by a member of Reboot's internal team, just a clerk or PA, and they're in hot discussion. What did you get, Seb?
I got a 3.
3 successes. With your knowledge, you recognize that this is highly likely to be Hiroshi Yamamoto, who is the basically equivalent, the corporations effectively have like ambassadors at this level, and he's effectively the Australian ambassador to Nippon Neuroaesthetics, the Japanese-based company that produces chemicals that allow for mind link technology. And they all sort of amble into this group as unwelcome extras as you head towards this high security entrance and begin to be funneled closer to one another.
Never love coming into these hoity-toity buildings. Don't know how you tolerate it.
I don't know if you've noticed, I haven't spent much time here either.
I guess we were more your crowd, huh? How about you?
Yeah.
All right, so are we sort of converging at the same rate?
Converging towards the same
Towards the same
security
path?
gate at relatively the same rate. It's a large room, though, so you've got 10, 15 seconds before you're even grouped up, and you can walk a bit slower if you need to and look around.
I think it would be more polite as an employee to defer to the guests. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to basically meet them halfway and just sort of...
Let them go through.
Yeah.
There is the extremely subtlest semblance of a head nod from the security accompaniments of Hiroshi Yamamoto, who himself seems to acknowledge you in the sense that that was the correct course of action and continues to walk through. And they pull slightly ahead of you. Riley, professional as ever, who you mostly recognize. Elias doesn't recognize Riley. Doesn't even make eye contact. Completely oblivious to you, or she clearly knows you're there, but she's not reacting as if she knows you're there. Mm-hmm. And as you draw close to this first security checkpoint, you know that this leads towards the central, downstairs elevator machinery technical side of the Reboot Corporation, as opposed to the corporate side. And already at this early juncture, it will be... You'd be looking for ways to split if some of you are looking to head upstairs, because once you go through these security cordons and into the industrial part of the facility, it's no longer connected to the corporate tower.
Mm-hmm. Who's grouped with who at this stage?
You're all in one big group.
Okay. I turn to Elias. So, Captain, you're the one who leads these operations. What's the usual protocol?
So you'd know it's 2 security screenings, one at the entrance, one at the elevator, because you have to go through a kind of like a technical zone and then get to the high security elevator.
Yeah, and the elevator is the end goal for the whole group, regardless of...
No, just for your group. So the corporate side of it, if people who want to go up to the corporate tower, imagine it's like a corporate tower and then a facility, and you're going in a loading dock entrance. You can either go to the tower or you can go to the facility. Your secure elevator goes down underground. Their elevator would be just a corporate elevator heading up. So basically there's a security cordon to go into the technical facility, and then there's a second one to go to the high security elevator. And then once you go to the bottom, there's a final third layer of security to get into the AI core department. It's the most heavily secured place in the entire facility. You know from your experience that it is not only guarded by human operatives, augmented human operatives, robotic drones, robotic sentry turrets. You're also aware that they have a couple of large grade combat mechs in this building. The purpose of which... Unsure, because unless you're wanting to detonate people with 75 caliber rounds, or 75 millimeter rounds, sorry, it just seems like overkill. But they've got it here. Maybe they bought it, so they need to flaunt it. Who knows?
Yeah, that's sort of displaying, big statues in the foyer.
Yeah,
it's just loaded as well. All right, okay. Well, I think we can let them go in. I assume that there'll be guard stationed at these checkpoints, more than is necessary, basically, show force. While they're sort of going through, I might go up to one of the guards stationed there. Not some rookie, but someone who looks like they're not busy, but also of some notoriety within the business. Basically checking with them that, where are the guests going? Are they going in?
Cool. the person you get up to them, you actually recognize them by face. You don't know their name, but they look up at you and they say, "Oh, Elias, hey." The classic, security guard at the checkpoint. He's seen you come through every time you've come through. He knows you because you're the important one. This is a last-minute delegation. Some strings got pulled. We very rarely have multiple groups come in at the same time. So, we're basically, you're all going down together. And there's limited windows that we open and close the facility. So they wanted to come today. It had to be now.
All right. So they're going up. They're not heading towards the facility.
No. They're coming down with you, basically.
Really? Okay.
All the way to the bottom. They, I can't say too much, but
of course,
between you and me, leans in, colleague sort of thing, and he says, apparently there's some last-minute disagreement. They want to see how their tech is being used, the kind of strings that the top brass can pull.
Yeah, right. I think I get the gist. All right. Well, we'll just stay out of their way, but yeah, we'll head in after them.
Well, it'll be a tight elevator ride, but whatever. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, I'm sure I can leave a couple of men behind, and that'll make the elevator a bit nicer. Don't want to bloody crowd the delegates. They'll probably get a bit iffy at that. Might complain to someone in head of management.
He looks at you not suspiciously, and he bumps his supervisor next to him. He says, Dominic, Elias just raised a good point. Isn't there load restrictions on the security elevator? They have a brief back and forth, quiet. They pull themselves aside and have a quiet talk, and comes back. And I'm going to get you to roll a persuasion check to basically see if you can convince these guards. I'm going to give you advantage because of your position, because of your authority as the head of Nile Security. And you're chasing challenge level 2. So advantage is 3s and up are successes. You get 4 successes.
Yeah.
They look back at each other and they just go, I guess that makes sense. It'll probably be more comfortable. And you know how foreign delegates can get. They can be pretty specific. Having a whole bunch less guns in their face might make them feel more at ease. Good idea. Yeah. Whatever you say.
I'll just send them up a couple of flights. One of the lounges. Don't want to crowd your bloody corridor.
We'll, Dominic is like, we'll make note of the discrepancy in usual protocol. And he just taps a tablet on his hand. It's all authorized. Seems fine.
No worries, mate.
We've got more than enough security to handle any problems.
Happy to help out. All right. As you were, mate.
And they start doing the basic scanning. You all running wands over you, walking the front delegation through 3D body scanners. But all of you are allowed to have all the things that other people wouldn't be allowed to have. So it's sort of beep, beep. You have a submachine gun in your hands that you're holding. So nothing really suspicious there.
I'll make a show of going up to the rest of the team and be like, you're going upstairs.
Who were you pointing at?
I'm assuming
Seb.
me.
Ugly.
Seb, Ugly, and
Zhang.
Zhang.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
All right, boss. Don't we usually come in with you?
Yeah, we're making a small change of plans for the lovely delegates here. We're going to make room for them.
They're all right with it then? Ugly's putting on a voice, obviously. And he nods towards the guards, but loud enough so they can hear it. And they just give a little eye roll and a nod.
Yeah, it's all been worked out. You'll just have to relax upstairs.
All right, thank you, sir.
Don't get into too much trouble.
It's not fair. You always give them the hard jobs.
Gotta earn it, mate.
Pull your weight for once, then. Not over to the 2 mooks who are pulling the chest. See, my boys are doing well.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
As you head through that first checkpoint, the security guard, Blake, the first one, leans in and says, geez, Stickler for the rules, that one. You guys getting paid well or what? Like, the gene orgs on those boys. What the hell, man? They look like supermodels. They work in security?
We have security gear, don't we? Can they see our faces?
Yeah.
Oh.
But then you brought your helmets to
Yeah.
do your concealed thing. Your faces aren't. You're not wearing like gas mask or anything.
Yeah, a couple of changes last minute. I had to pull some strings, get some different muscle. They're alright though.
All right. Well, whatever, man. I just, if they are on the kind of pay packet, just let me know. I might hit you up. Pays to move around in this business.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
And you head in without any more hubbub. But you split. So is this where we say goodbye to Ugly Zhang and Seb?
Yeah.
I think we've said goodbye. I think we're all in character, so we can't be too. I turn to the faceless motorbike helmet and just give a little nod
Just to Zhang.
to you.
I'm not wearing a motorbike.
No one's wearing a motorbike helmet. They have duffel bags.
Except Zhang.
Publishing.
Oh, yeah, Zhang is.
I
Right.
nod to your face, to your head. I go,
And I nod back.
okay, there you go. That was it.
That was it. That was the
Nod.
bittersweet.
2 seasons, and that's
Ends with a nod.
Maybe. Who knows?
yeah.
A nod and a handkerchief.
There's 1,000 words in that nod.
Now,
Just two random security guards looking at each other, just like tears rolling down your cheeks.
we have a big
Good
question.
luck upstairs. Yeah.
Who are we sticking with for the start? Who are we going with? Where's the camera following?
I think you too, because you more.
Let's start down the elevator. I think we'll break away.
All right, I'm going to need all of you who are going downstairs to make an infiltrate check to show me how well you are behaving.
Bless you.
Do we have a challenge level?
You're about to. Hopefully I roll poorly. I did not roll poorly. Challenge level is 4.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Guess who's got 5 dice?
See how well you can play the security guard.
You said challenge level
Infiltrate,
4.
challenge level 4.
I can roll it.
You got 4 dice.
Yep.
Oh boy. Oh boy. You better cover for us hard. You have a lot of.
You roll first, Murray.
I've got 7, but I'm rolling for me, so let's see how that goes for me. Oh, yeah.
Hey, you don't need to roll. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Elias doesn't need to
All does
infiltrate.
not mean all.
Good because he failed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Elias doesn't need to check because Elias isn't infiltrating. This is his job. He's allowed to do it.
Just want to say pros like sort of. at
You
the back of the-
all can have advantage because you're wearing costumes and it's very good.
All right. Okay.
That was just to get the
Thank
bad
you.
rolls out, chat.
All right.
Wow.
And,
1.
and
that
Eve.
was 1. Okay. That's a 1 for me.
Oh my god.
And
Oh, boy.
Eve.
Coming in hot at 2.
With
3.
advantage.
3. Okay.
Good start. Good start.
You proceed.
As they're probably looking a bit wobbly, even to my standards. I'm probably
Touch your mic. It's doing the thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, cool.
all good.
Yeah.
I'm just going to move up to Peter and sort of just quietly, sort of basically just slap him gently and be like, straighten up.
Yes,
We're on
sir.
show here.
Wow.
And then move back into position.
Can I get you all to make perception checks?
Yep.
T minus Jen's getting a cold for the reboot finale.
I'm here, okay?
The stuff he
committed.
knows intensifies.
Sorry.
Okay, 3 successes.
What was it? Sorry.
Perception.
Okay. What was the challenge level?
I didn't give you one.
Okay.
Oh.
Holy moly,
Hey-oh.
6 successes.
Wow.
Solid.
Okay.
I will roll, though.
counterbalance.
Now I'll reverse engineer a challenge level by rolling.
Presume you don't need me to go.
Okay. Eve doesn't notice this. You can roll perception too, Elias.
Okay. Sure.
Peter does. Military training and all that. The guards here, at this level at least, are complacent. Yep, 4 successes is enough. So Elias notices this too. The guards at this level are complacent. There hasn't been an incident at Reboot Corp pretty much ever. So it's so highly secure that like no one tries anything. And the general level of security in the city is so high, and the surveillance and cameras that like it's
can
less
relax,
than suicide to even come in here because you'll be stopped before you get to the front door.
Yeah.
So the security are rather lax in the sense that because you're in disguise, they're just like, yeah, okay. And they know Elias, like Elias's face is there. He's been through multiple times. You're in Nile. Like no one just gets a Nile delivery truck and 8 uniforms at like this level of heist.
It's the high-vis ladder trick.
It doesn't work. I don't know what that is, but this level of heist doesn't happen.
Walk into anywhere with wearing high-vis and a ladder and you get in.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But what you do notice is that long blonde-haired guy that's with the Japanese delegation. His head, subtly his eyes snap to your... You feel like he's seeing your
The one with the two
deficiencies.
weird
with the
eyes?
heterochromia, yeah. He sees like he's seeing your deficiencies. Like anywhere where you feel that you might have done something out of place, like you set your foot wrong, you're holding your gun wrong, you just feel like that's exactly the moment you do it where his eyes like drop onto you. Like, I was holding my gun weird because I'm not used to it. And his just like eyes dart to that spot.
Yeah.
You have that sense that he's like picking up something is off immediately. And you have that feeling of there being a shark in the water, that this guy, and as you catch glints of silver between perfect artificial skin, you get the sense that this person could be one of the fabled corp assassins that you have heard of before. Basically the most terrifying boogeymen of cyborg murder. Now in Japanese flavor.
Okay.
Yeah. And you get the feeling he's zoning in on.
Just out of character, what are corp assassins known to sort of be affiliated with? Essentially, like
Corporations.
working for Reboot.
No. Every corporation. So likely he would be working for Nippon Neuroaesthetics.
Okay. I see. Yeah.
but
so he's their muscle.
They're
and
the
his-
boogeymen because they're more than muscle. They're basically people who've been built from the ground up with cybernetics to the level that they just can achieve feats that are superhuman. Like if you think Bespoke can do superhuman stuff, they're literally boogeymen. People say they can be completely invisible and like have magic shadow fields, and they can stop bullets, and they can
Basically, they chug fusion every day.
yeah. Well, they have fusion infused into their blood. Like they're literally more machine than man.
Basically give up like mad Agent 47 vibes. That sort of ominous presence.
What's Agent 47?
Hitman.
Oh, yeah. I guess.
Cyborg.
You're very much like your top level Cyberpunk character, like Atom Smasher from Cyberpunk 2077, but like he's more angry, but his potential and his capabilities. Very spooky. Cool. He just has an air of threat around him. And you proceed, working through various technicians' areas. You descend a single level via a large like lobby elevator, just part of the usual. This isn't high security or anything. You enter and you walk down a large passageway with tubes on either side of you, with bodies in various states of development being grown in vats, just lining the walls with white coated technicians with the Reboot logo stamped on them. You see infants floating in amniotic tanks with jolts of electricity arcing through the liquid, squirming in primal response to the stimulus. You see like neuromaps, brain scans, more data than you ever like usually would have to comprehend. It's both dystopian and utopian all at once. The level of technology on display here is truly wondrous, but there is something about it that crawls under your skin. There's something inhuman about seeing humanity like turned into this. Think the batteries from the Matrix, like these pods with humans in them, and at all different stages of development.
So I wouldn't have been.
You've been here. You've been through
okay.
here. Yeah. Oh, this is par for the course.
Yeah, so this checks out.
And these, you believe, are sometimes where the reject blanks are coming from for human trafficking, where they'll get like a developed body with no brain, whatever that means, no personality, and they're just selling this like living piece of meat to people. These are reboot blanks being grown ready for people. And that's my phone being very dramatic and then being put on silent. You march through the room. At this point,
So can you just tap your mic?
Mr. Yamamoto
Yeah, I think
approaches.
Anyway.
The groups have converged into one, and the Japanese man sidles up to Elias, clearly the leader of the group.
Blondie.
No. This is
Walks up to you.
Hiroshi Yamamoto.
The delegate himself. Okay.
Representative of Nile.
Mr. Yamamoto, I presume.
That is me. What brings you here today?
Standard delivery, sir.
And in his voice, you note the painstakingly learnt pattern of basically learning how to perfectly, or at least attempt to perfectly, master like the dialect and language and speaking of whoever he's with or the group he's with. You just get this sense of like, I know that you're like born Japanese and you sound like, he sounds like he was born in Melbourne, raised in Melbourne, but you know he's lived in Japan his whole life. But he's the delegate to Australia. So he has the like extremely hard-earned effort. Effort is what ekes off this guy. Like he works hard to be the perfect person for this job. So you are delivering something.
Yep. Just a standard run-of-the-mill shipment. I'm afraid I can't tell you what's in there because I don't know. Company policy, I'm afraid.
Well, it could be one of ours. You never know.
I would probably suspect more than likely, sir.
What do you think of all this, then? And he waves around.
Looks like the path of progress, science, if you will, if that's what we can keep calling it.
It's our technology that makes it possible, you know.
Is it, sir?
Direct brain to body technology connection requires advanced chemicals to alter the brain patterns. Yes, without us, this whole operation would fall apart.
And is this more for fixing issues with the human psyche and body, or is this more advancement related, if you don't mind my asking?
Immortality.
That would be my third guess, sir.
Keep working hard and you'll be able to afford it, I'm sure. Head of security, Elias.
Just a humble security band, sir.
Very good. Well, I guess we'll be along for the same ride.
Yes. Please take no note of us. We will escort you and then be on our way.
Oh, I assure you, we need no escort. You look after your crate. We'll look after ourselves.
If it can be accomplished without being a distraction or looking unprofessional, I want to just take a step or two casually while they're talking towards one of these vats, just to soak it in and see what I'm looking at.
Cool. You can manage to do that. It's a big room and lots going on. You also notice Riley is literally arm in arm with Mr. Yamamoto, with like data pads and all that, but like not like romantically, but like, you know, the professional like walk with me escort style. Yeah. And you walk over to one of these vats. What are you looking for?
I just want to look. I just want to see how this comes across.
You walk up and your eyes are drawn to a vat. Inside is a semi-developed, what looks like an adolescent body with almost a softly translucent outer layer of skin that's not fully developed. You can see eyeballs, like fetal almost, flitting left and right underneath a thin patch of skin. It jolts left and right as small sparks of electricity are arced through as its muscles are being artificially stimulated to develop in this sort of nutrient soup that it is growing in. There's a whole bunch of data on a display next to it. You can see an orange indicator and a few warnings that basically say, like, warning, check for abnormality, 80% threshold, potential defect.
And as if, like, you just got to imagine the movie shot cinematically, like Pro's looking at this, and then as he's about to turn away, his eyes just sort of refocus onto the surface of the glass where he sees his own reflection in place of the face of this thing in the vat, and he shudders and steps back towards the group, more somber than before.
I just had a massive question in my head. Do you have a belly button?
Does he have an umbilical cord? Do they have an
I
umbilical
think
cord?
genetically,
It's from an umbilical
unless you
cord.
just write it out.
They don't need it. I think it would make sense that there's like an artificial umbilical.
Yeah,
You have a strange belly. Your belly button's a bit weird.
Okay, that was a real tangent there.
You have a weird belly button.
Okay. Intense introspective moment.
Sorry, it's an
And, oh
important
my
plot
God.
point. Do you have a belly? It would be really significant if you didn't have a belly
away
button.
fiddling with my belly button.
Okay.
Too much.
You rejoin the group and you head deeper. Walking past these rows.
Get the belly button out of here, mate.
No, I'm so sorry, Richard. It's a USB port.
You hear in this room with several hundred bodies as you walk through the end, you hear the soft blare, a couple of sharp horns of alarm from a capsule, and then the sound of rapid flooding liquid pouring out. And your eyes are all pulled towards it, and you see there's about 4 people wearing clean suits who've basically just jettisoned all the liquid out of this pod. And for a brief couple of moments, this semi-developed body falls out onto a grate in front of the pod and just starts like wheezing. And then there's a sudden prodding of it with an electrical rod, a sharp jolt, and then the shot-like sound of a cattle gun being fired into the back of its head. And then these workers just start to sort of like put this plastic sheet down and roll the body into it and zip it up. Not everyone in this building is just acting like nothing has happened out of the ordinary.
Jesus Christ.
Mr. Yamamoto says, "I'm glad to see the quality control is still up to standards." And there's a few smiles and nods from the technicians working in the place, proud that their sort of success rate and their variance rate is in high percentiles. As you reach the end of the room, a large door, almost the size of a garage roller door, is in front of you. Just slowly slides open. Sort of spinning lights, horizontally sliding massive metal vault door opening up. And ahead of you is a large cargo elevator that you can enter. But before that, there is another security checkpoint. In front of this security checkpoint are 2 large robots. Think ED from RoboCop, like big bipedal robots with large weaponry on them, as well as about a dozen drones and also a few human personnel at this advanced checkpoint. There are full body scanners, identity readers, a whole layer of complex security. Meanwhile, the other group, Seb, Ugly, Zhang. You walk into the corporate lobby of Reboot Corp.
I beeline for the toilet, gesturing everyone to follow me.
Cool. The group of you go into the toilet.
And we hastily get changed.
You can hastily get changed. No one's in the toilet. It's completely empty.
Cool. I want to make myself look disheveled as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, as if I've been, like, frantic and my hair's mussed and my shirt's, like, one button's too high on one side. Yep. Cool. And then I exit the security with my...
Before you do,
exit the bathroom with
Ugly
security.
says, "All right, so are we nabbing that kid or what?"
Like, if he's going to be anywhere, he's going to be upstairs. I think we focus on getting up there.
We got sent his itinerary, didn't we? And Zhang nods. She says, well, she signs, he should be holding a conference, but he's not on the same floor as Isaac. What do you want to do?
Any idea what the conference is for?
He's giving a talk on, and she like scrolls down, bioethics to some senior engineers.
When's it scheduled to finish?
She looks down. 40 minutes.
You know, showing up unannounced, it wouldn't surprise me if the fucker makes us wait that long anyway.
Possibly. And then ugly. Yeah, but if we're going to make a distraction, surely sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
I mean, we can always try the snatch and grab and just take him up to Daddy's office. The problem is, if we don't get the kid, how are we giving them help? What if something goes wrong?
Something's going to go wrong.
Well, I'd rather it didn't go wrong.
Is there anything we could do to have that presentation end early? Shitty connection.
Zhang says it's in person.
Oh, fuck.
And then Ugly says, imagine being lectured by a kid. That would be embarrassing.
I gave my first lecture when I was 9.
Well, I'm glad I wasn't sitting in on it. So what are we doing? We got one shot at this.
What floors are you on? What floors is Dad on?
Looks like 48. And he like is leaning over the tablet that Zhang's got. And he's at the top. Isaac's at the top.
Yeah, makes sense. Just know if we make a distraction on the 48th floor, it's going to get a lot harder to get upstairs.
Probably. Unless we time it to happen at the same time. But that means someone staying downstairs. Getting out another way. With the kid.
Probably not the best to make that happen. I mean, he's just a kid, but I've never been very physical.
Zhang? She nods, indicating she could do it. Not necessarily that she wants to.
What if we came to Isaac with an offer that would pique his son's interest enough for him to call it early and come upstairs?
Obviously, it's possible, but it sounds like putting all our eggs in one basket. High risk, high reward.
That's this whole mission, isn't it?
What do you got in mind then?
Oh, I can't say I like it, but
Sorry, I'm pissing.
that's all good.
There's like a guy walks in the room and he just suddenly is like at the urinal.
All right. I was going to go to him. You two were on as my hired security because, you know, terrible people are after me and I got to get out of Dodge. So I came to him knowing he's the person that could make me disappear.
Yeah?
What if the reason is that... Look, Uriel always had an interest in Eve. I think he knew what she was. What if that information had been let slip and now people were after me because of it?
Might work. All depends on Isaac.
Sorry, what was that? I can't hear you over the piss.
All depends on whether the mic cable would like being budged. Beep boop. Is that better?
Okay, just don't touch it.
Don't try to touch it. Oh, it's still
it's
not
gone
better.
again. Please hold.
Please Please hold for. It's here. It's that connection. I think that's the problem. What was the question? I got Mike distracted.
We go to Isaac and we tell him that a drone that's been with me for a while, I've discovered is sentient, as an AI should not be. And looking to make some money, I put some feelers out. Everyone wants a competent working AI. And now I've got some terrible people after me trying to get it.
What, like Ning Yao's trying to get their machine back?
I mean, yeah, they'd be likely to send corporate assassins if they knew it was out.
So, what are you offering that'll get little kid up there?
The location of it, if he gets me out of here.
We can try it.
That gets him in the room. Gets Isaac in the room. And if we play our cards right, might even get us a helicopter off the roof.
Well, if that's the game plan, this ain't my wheelhouse. So, I'll follow your lead. But if I get a sniff of Dicey, I want to pull out a gun and start shooting.
That's fair.
And at this point, also, by the way, with these new outfits, you will have had to ditch the SMGs because that's like not the same kind of pay grade. So Zhang and Ugly will have pistols holstered, which is fine for like corporate security like you, but yeah, it would be a bit odd for fully armed.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Cool. So there's just a duffel bag with like 2 submachine guns sitting in a locked toilet cubicle now.
And a helmet. Oh, no, we took the helmet.
Yeah, you got in the helmets now.
Well, I'm not.
Yeah.
What do we think? We think it's doable?
I don't know, mate. But if that's the game plan, we don't have time because if these guys get rumbled downstairs, they're screwed. So we got to... If we're making a distraction, we've got to make a distraction. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. What's the worst that could happen?
We all die.
I said, what's the worst that could happen?
You don't kill Isaac.
Yeah, sure. All right, let's do it.
All right, cool. Let's go.
You head into the central lobby.
Again, all disheveled looking.
And you're immediately stopped by a security guard at the front entrance to, like, in the main lobby. Sir?
Hey.
You can't be in here and...
No, you don't understand. I've got to see Isaac. They're after me.
Yeah. Make a persuasion check. Challenge level 2 for this guy. That's a lot of dice.
That is a lot of dice.
4
successes, 5 successes. Oh, all right.
Please.
Who are you?
That's Sebastian Allen. Come on, I'm here all the time.
He pulls out a little thing and like scans you, just looks at you. All right. Look, I'll see if I can get in touch with him, all right?
Please, just let us up there. They're after me, and he's the only one that can help me.
Well, he's a busy man.
I know, but please. Look, I've got something he'll want. If you can just get me out of here.
Fine. Look, you're not going to get up to his office, but if you can jump in the elevator, I won't stop you. Head upstairs. I'm sure his PA or his security upstairs will be able to sort you out.
Thank you. I was going to say, if anybody comes, don't let him know where I am, but you couldn't stop him. And then I go into the lift.
The guy looks mildly perturbed, looking around, like what's going on. And then you'll head into the lift and it starts to go upstairs. And then these guys back down in the security room. Looking in front of you, there is this large group of security waiting to check you all in. How are you feeling? What are you doing?
Well, I think once again we'll allow the delegate to precede us.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, basically just standing alert on show, best behavior in front of the visitors.
I'm going to have just taken a few opportunities. I wanted to do this. I want to do this building up really subtly, so I don't want it to be too apparent. But like every 5-10 minutes, just like a really subtle like just a slight look of discomfort and grabbing at my gut a little bit.
Okay. Make a performance check of some description.
Persuasion. Just subtly
I get
persuading.
an acting charisma. Not that these are things that are uncogent, but now we're completely mind blended with the other game we're working on.
I'm trying to persuade the room to sort of potentially be open to the idea that I've got a really twisted
But you don't.
stomach.
Do you have a really twisted stomach? Deception.
Okay.
Can I assist?
How?
Punch him in the gut.
No, I recognize that you're in pain, and I say, Elias, it seems,
A light.
yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
It seems that Peter is in pain. He requires assistance, and I'll go over and try to
What roll would you like to make to assist this
Medical check
deception?
to assist.
medical check?
Sure, you can make it look legitimate. You are dressed as the team medical bot. It adds a level of credence to it. So make a medicine check as an assist roll.
That one.
It's still a fail.
Huh? So that's
Negative one
okay,
success.
Great. Cool.
So, yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks, Eve. Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, you're
I can't wait to keep playing Cogent. It's gonna be really looking forward to using this game system forever. I got three. Let's
Minus
make that
1.
2. Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. Honestly, it's really no issue, Eve.
All-
Don't worry about it.
All you manage to get is a stern look from Mr. Yamamoto, who has a look of disapproval. Like, why would you bring ineffective personnel onto this mission or on this job? Like, it's unbecoming of a professional to even acknowledge they're in pain. If you're in pain, stow it.
Yeah.
And you're at this checkpoint. And here is potentially the first foil.
So, firstly, is there any side rooms or anything here?
No, it's a big, clinical.
Yeah. So, if per se Peter wanted to go to like a restroom or something to hide something, there is no such
There's
thing.
none
here.
not right here, no. There was probably one back in the lab.
Just ignore it. It's fine. I got it. I'm shrugging it off. I'm like, just focus. Jeez.
Yeah. I'll at minimum.
I noticed that look from Mr. Yamamoto. I'm like, feel this intense, with it, going for subtle, which isn't working today, but sort of shame and refocusing,
Yeah. I'll sort of give a quick jerky motion, get back in line sort of thing. Just sort of
Yeah, and I
resume as
quickly
if
oblige
nothing happened.
I'll clear, just do one of those.
Continue your foil, or not if you like.
Okay. So,
Yeah, or don't.
Bless you.
security drone walks forth and is going to be way overtuned.
Who's in second?
Hello. You have the incorrect number of security personnel.
Correct. If you'll check with internal security.
Wait, wasn't Johnny meant to meet us? What's going on? Who's
He'll be there.
No, he's someone.
in there? God.
Check with the internal security systems. A number of the party has been told to wait elsewhere.
Destiny roll 4.
Yo, don't do that in the finale. Don't. Naughty.
Unfortunately, our system does not acknowledge human error as an acceptable reason to deviate from protocol. Wait, do you like that?
No, I just have a really good answer to it.
Protocol is also not to fall behind a schedule.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuade a robot. Good luck.
Yeah, this is not going to be an easy check. Unless I roll terribly. 3 successes you're chasing. 3 is challenge level.
3 a 4. That's a 4.
There's a noticeable clanking of your cogitators going beep, beep, beep in its head as it's trying to comprehend an in-pass. My logs state your delivery is required today, but your delivery personnel are in breach of protocol. Please hold while I request administrative assistance. And the security bots put their hand forth to hold your group while they scan through the Nippon Neuroesthetics group and they start to head in.
Right.
Riley walks straight past.
State the issue. I will comply. Everything has been done according to...
I have summoned my superior.
Fine.
Please wait. She will be approximately 7 minutes.
There's an audible sigh from the Nippon Neuroesthetics group as this elevator only goes up and down once.
Is 7 minutes in breach of delivering our cargo?
Be thankful I am making this exception.
Sassy.
The robots are sassy in Reboot.
Yeah, we have
Some robot
Why do you
designer
think
was
I
like
had a
sass.
vendetta against
There's still one
We
that.
got him.
Oh, yeah.
We got him. He's dead. I won that.
All right, great.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, we did. He was the one that was delivered for us to take apart for his
No,
thing.
it was a different
No, it was a different one. They specifically said that that one showed signs of deviance and thus they weren't going to send it because he was too interesting.
What is your fear? That less people will be unable to carry the box designed for 2?
Inappropriate security escort could lead to security breach.
With less people inside your secure facility.
It suggests an irregularity in the delivery.
Not if it is delivered on time.
Sir, I am not programmed to argue. Please wait.
So,
Start fuming.
Keep
And
it cool, boss. It's all right. We're just following orders.
I tack out my cigar.
meanwhile, upstairs, the elevator pings and arrives at the 70th floor.
Wrong button.
very like TV game show. And the doors open. You arrive at the executive levels, a large office suite with a desk where a PA is sitting, looking confused as you walk in, disheveled with armed people.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna look like harried and stressed.
Sir,
Hey, hi. I need to get in.
you are in your
I need to speak to Mr. Clement urgently, please.
Sebastian Allen. This is not like you.
Yeah, well, things have happened.
Make a persuasion check or a deception check, technically. She knew you by name.
Things have happened.
Her job is to know. Four.
5.
You succeed with that. She says, of course, Mr. Allen. I'll contact him right away. He's actually on... He's got a little break right now.
Oh, thank God.
And she buzzes through. There's a brief conversation. You can head straight up.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cool.
Then
And
I-
you head into an elevator which opens specifically for you and starts heading up.
Mm-hmm.
Only takes 15 seconds to arrive at the suite you've met before, glass windows looking over the city with a superior attitude. His personal attendant desk that previously Uriel had stood at or been at is vacant, and the doors lie open as if readied for you to walk up the front path. Make a perception check as you walk.
Three.
3 successes. As you all walk up the corridor, you look down and you notice that Ugly's right hand is shaking slightly as you walk closer. And you walk into a large room, and Isaac Clement is leaning, sitting against his desk with a pouring a finger of whiskey.
I'm going to barge in straight away. Isaac, you've got to help me.
Son, calm down. You're all right.
Oh, I can't calm down. They're after me.
Take a drink. Take a seat.
I sit down and I look around.
He
like,
pours a double strength and slides it over to you and pours one for himself.
I knock it back, the whole thing.
He pours you another one.
And I knock that back.
Are these soldiers? Who are these private mercs you've hired?
I needed security. Like, they're after me.
There's no more secure place on the planet.
That's why I came to you.
Relax.
It's
don't think you know.
I quite assure you, I do know all the boogeymen in the world. I'm not worried. So, relax. Trust me. When you're with the Clements, everything's fine. Destiny roll. 2. That was 20 that cracked your 2. You hear an audible click of the hammer on a gun being pulled back. I'm going to make a perception check.
Is this ugly?
Yep.
I look towards him.
Luckily, I rolled absolutely terrible for Isaac's perception check. He doesn't notice it. You look towards him. What do you convey in that look?
Are they here? Did you sense something?
He just his hand is in his jacket. Doesn't respond.
Okay, look, just let me know if they do.
Tell me what's going on, Sebastian.
Oh, I don't know where to start, mate. Look, a bit over a year ago, I disappeared and went out to the slums. Do you know why? I'm sure you do.
Rolled a 2 on that destiny roll. 3 successes. Ugly's hand starts to slide out of that holster, holding something. You have a brief opportunity to try and stop him from doing something, but otherwise he's...
Hey, can you go guard the door? I'm getting a weird feeling that they're going to come up the elevator.
Make
through
a
the shaft
persuasion
or
check. Challenge level 5.
Oof.
I'm in a destiny. Yep.
Okay.
Worth a pointy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
7.
6, 7.
Okay.
You see the shaking hand return to the pocket, and then he walks. He doesn't go that far out. He just takes a few steps back and turns his back to the room. You can see he's trembling in a way you've never ever seen before. And Zhang is glancing towards him. That's some odd security you've got there, but at least you've got a leash on them.
Yeah, but they know what's after me. That's why they're nervous.
Oh, what is it, son?
I'll get back to it. Yeah, you know why I went out to the slums?
Yes.
Yeah, I was my partner Maya. You remember her?
Yes, lovely girl.
Yeah. Well, she was taken.
Yes, it was most unfortunate. I do remember. Quite traumatic. We sent condolences to the family. I remember a beautiful bouquet.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't let sleeping dogs lie, and I wanted to find a way to get her back. So I did some research of my own, and it led back to a group called The Circle. Anyway, I went out to the slums because I got a lead on someone that might be able to help me find them. When I was out there, I met a lot of people. You remember Peter?
His eyebrow twitched when you said The Circle,
Yeah,
which you wouldn't expect.
I see you've heard of them. Anyway,
No, don't know what you're talking about.
whatever. You said they're irrelevant. Does that get a reaction?
They're irrelevant.
Yep.
Yeah, a little bit of relief. It's but you don't sense fear of them. You sense an awkward dinner conversation that shouldn't be brought up.
Okay.
It's the name that doesn't get spoken out loud sort of thing.
Yeah. Anyway, when I was out there, I met a bunch of people, and one of them had that Eve drone.
Yes, your peculiar little robot. I do seem to recall your fondness for it.
Yeah, well,
Brought it to our yacht.
Yeah, she was very helpful with a lot of things. I wasn't doing too well after Maya disappeared, and she was helpful. It's also dangerous out there, so never too careful to have some type of support. Anyway, I spent a lot of time with her, and yeah, you might have noticed there was something off about her.
No, I didn't. I must confess, I don't pay particular amount of attention to drones.
Right, well, I had my suspicions about her for a while, but Yeah, I've definitely confirmed it by now. I've spent enough time with her. She's not normal. She's broken her programming.
Oh.
She's got free will and
Oh. You get your money back? That's a defect if I've ever heard one.
yeah, but she's unleashed. She's not broken. She's free.
Ah. Yeah, what does that all mean, Sebastian? Why has that got you all rattled?
She's a full-fledged AI, unbound by human principles or rules.
Contained in a little drone body. I can't say I'm too concerned.
Right, well, that's fine. But
Yeah, we've been putting them down for years. Not that the media would hear about it.
she can transfer her consciousness to other drones. Is that normal?
He's in a roll destiny.
I have seen her
He just
kill
doesn't seem.
people.
He rolls a 2. 2 on destiny again. He just says, he just doesn't look impressed or like he cares. He's just like, and like, it just sounds quite manageable to me. It's just a robot.
Yeah, right. But
So what can I do for you? I'm not too worried about this robot, but you're clearly rattled and your parents aren't able to protect you. Do you need to stay with us at Reboot for a while?
I need to get out of Melbourne, Australia. I need to hide.
You're starting to sound paranoid, Sebastian, and I have trouble working with paranoid people.
Well, if you help me, you'll be rid of me. I let it slip on certain markets that I had an unconstrained AI capable of transferring consciousness and accessing external systems. Unfortunately, I think word of this has got back to her parent company, and they are not happy.
No, I can't imagine they would be. Send a recall team of some description. What, are you worried they're going to take you out on the way?
I have been followed by corporate assassins for the last 2 days.
Make a deception roll.
Hey, can I borrow that D20 for a second?
Yeah, certainly. Do you want to swap that out?
Yeah, I'll
You
just
can swap that out.
take that.
Let
Yeah,
your
thanks.
superstition
no,
reign.
Cheers. I'll just want to.
5
You take that one.
successes on 6 dice.
I'm gonna destiny my last destiny point.
Man, Isaac is just rolling everything worse for you.
Ooh.
You got
That's good.
6.
5, 6,
You got
7.
6. 7.
Well, I shouldn't have burnt the destiny point. Oh well.
All right. I'll take you seriously. Yeah, my kid's pretty interested in that stuff.
Is there an assumption that he is also somehow listening to this conversation, being the creepy little shit he is?
Not if he's in a lecture, you don't think so.
Interesting. Yeah, well, look, I'll let you know where the drone is, and you can do whatever you want with it as long as you get me out of here.
I'll see what I can do. You just rest easy. Stay up on the penthouse floor. You'll be fine. No one can get up here.
All right.
Even Corp Deck assassins. The boogeymen. Not as bad as they make out.
Yeah.
Trust me. Anything Ning Yao's got, we've got 5 times better.
I'd appreciate if you put that to work.
Well, if anything's getting in here, you're safe. It's fine.
Thank you.
Relax. Have another drink.
I take the straight bottle. Got a salad.
Okay. And are you going to attempt to try and get Uriel involved, or are you just going to leave it there while he organizes something?
Well, I assumed that's what he was implying when he said that
He
his son
implied-
was
he did-
always
No, he
interested
just
in it.
mentioned his
He
son's
said he's
interested.
interested, yeah.
Which is why I said, yeah, which is why he could have it.
He didn't.
You gotta
He
be
doesn't
direct.
give a shit enough about his son to actually care that much.
Yeah, your kid Uriel, he always seemed pretty interested in Eve. A lot of questions. I was paranoid he was going to figure it out. But,
Well, if he's my son, he probably already did figure it out.
if he wants her, it's up for grabs.
You put a pretty low desire on it. I mean, with corporate assassins chasing anyone in possession of it, sounds like a risk I'd be irresponsible to put my child into.
Yeah, but could you deny him your only son, the thing he's wanted most.
I could deny my only son whatever I want. I'm his father. That's my right.
Fair dues.
So, about that rescue operation.
Yeah.
Look, we'll see what we can. Where are you looking to go? I'll make some calls. It'll probably
Anyway.
take a couple of days. You can stay in here. It's all fine.
Anywhere.
Ugly walks across the room towards you, turns around, comes closer, and says, leans in. There's a few eyebrows, and he just says quietly, potentially not quietly enough, "This isn't a big enough distraction." 2 successes. So.
If you can think of a better way to get us out of this building, then you do what you need to do.
The kid?
Yeah.
So we're losing him?
Well, I want him to come up here, but it's up to him. We text him. Shane, can you get him a message? Fucking no! Stop rolling
Turn
it!
on the cam.
It
Turn
hates
on,
me.
do it here.
Destiny roll.
I swapped the dice. Don't tell Dave.
18.
Wow, bloody good dice swap right there.
There's a nod.
Do it.
You got 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he sinks back against the wall. Meanwhile, downstairs,
Oh my god.
Yay.
after exactly 7 minutes pass, the doors open to the room again.
The doors we came through originally.
Actually, less than 7 minutes pass. That does happen, but I have something else that has to happen beforehand. A drone walks into the room wearing, entirely clad in the black and gold livery of the incredibly expensive internal personal drone group of the Clement family. He walks in, looks around. There's a bunch of eyebrows raised. He walks straight up to the security and he says, "There is an irregularity. I have been sent."
All right, I basically walk right up to him.
Can you just fiddle with your mic? Just tap it. Look, yeah, there you go.
Hello,
That's better. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, sort of like
I know our new goal, by the way. It's mic cables.
Some way to have them not
Yeah.
near our feet would be, I think, a solid thing. Yeah.
I stalk up to them, basically try to head them off and set them and like keep this like quiet and confidential sort of thing rather than just keep announcing things to the room. So, yes, let's deal with this.
I have been assigned to chaperone you
To chaperone us to get us through this mess. We are
to
looking.
accompany you for the duration you are behaving irregularly.
Incorrect. We have lodged with internal securities that to better accommodate our delegates, part of the party would remain behind. It was lodged, confirmed, and approved.
Come with me. And he walks up to the front with the security.
This is another irregularity. You are unexpected.
I come bearing full authority of the Clement family. Personal access code. And he strings off like a dozen alphanumerics.
Drone Jonathan, you have not been registered in this facility for some time.
I have been recommissioned. Please, Allow me through.
Acknowledged, sir. Your clearance allows you through.
What
And-
does this drone look like?
The personal butler drone of the Clement family, black and gold inlays.
We've encountered it before. Like
You've
the same
encountered
model.
these drones on the
Yeah.
yacht before.
Cool.
Come. They are allowed through. Irregularities solved.
We will still wait for my superior officer. They will be arriving in 2 minutes.
Unfortunate that you have created this disturbance. My apologies. And this gold drone stands in amongst the group of you. Back upstairs. One more destiny roll.
Oh, fuck me. I hate that dice so much. It's middle ground. That's not
Middle
great.
ground. Which means I can just decide. Elevator doors bing. And a 13-year-old boy...
I jump up.
Fucking. There we go.
A 13-year-old boy walks firmly and briskly up through the room. Sebastian Allen.
Hey, kid.
Isaac looks up like, what are you doing here? I heard, as it is my job to, that there is something interesting occurring regarding a certain drone. Eve, I believe she was called.
Yeah, that one.
What about her?
She's not normal. I think you picked up on that.
Yes, likely a divergent AI. And an offer you're giving her to me. A new toy, Daddy. Wonderful.
Yeah, she's yours. The deal is as long as I can get out of this building. Get away. Get out of Australia.
Certainly. I'd be glad to see you gone.
Yeah, sure. At least I'll live.
Father, please. I'd really very much like it if I got to keep Eve.
Oh, you're not rolling on camera. Okay.
You can't know these secrets.
No.
My God. Fine, son. I guess if you want a new robot and keep you occupied at night, certainly you can have it. Fine, Sebastian. I don't know how you even got him up here. Or,
Don't ask me, mate.
I have my ways, Father. You trained me wonderfully. Well, I guess I did. Cool. So everything's solved then.
Yeah. How soon can I leave?
I'll see what I can do. And then we're going to get one more of these.
Oh, fuck off.
A 5.
Oh, come on.
I do combat.
Dave,
You can just
what
sink
are
us
you
with this.
doing?
I can get a VTOL here in an hour.
No, it's good. I'll do anything quicker than that. I'll give you secrets from Ammon.
Will you actually?
Yeah.
Persuasion with advantage.
Ooh. Interesting. That was a
Seb's like,
good
this is my last
move.
episode of Roleplay. I don't know anymore.
What's the challenge level?
4.
We're just side note. We're running out of usable D20s. We need a restock.
7.
All right. Like what?
Would I know what he'd want to know?
Sure.
What would he want to know?
Access to just like secrets of making bespoke, basically. More perfectly.
All right. Bespoke. I can tell you how to make better bespoke.
Start talking, Uriel. Take notes. Suddenly, it looks like it'll only be 15 minutes until I can get that plane here.
Can we do less? I'll give you dirt on my parents as well.
You little shit.
Like what?
Oh my god.
You got to give something juicy.
How do you feel about Doomsday?
And with that, you start speaking. and he's interested. And the time has pulled forward. He's immediately getting an aerial vehicle there. Meanwhile, downstairs, the door opens once more, and a pink-haired woman in a sort of unfitting corporate outfit walks in that you recognize to be Gabrielle. She strides in. Everyone's waiting. I was called to check on this irregularity.
Here we go. Oh,
She goes through the details, and she looks pointedly, making eye contact
Eve
around the
puts
room.
her cap down a little.
She makes eye contact with Eve
Fuck.
directly. And then she says, huh, interesting. That's abnormal.
what's that? The team?
No,
Yeah.
not you. Shut up. And she looks down at her clipboard and she says, my brother, he's not supposed to be upstairs. And she looks once again at Eve. Is Eve in any way
No.
bit of a coincidence?
I'm sorry, what's going on here? Who
She's gonna make a bit of a perception check. She knows
sudden
immediately
feeling
you're all
that-
out of place.
the sudden feeling I should have shut the fuck up.
3 successes. She looks around. She's waiting for a sign that you're like in on this.
Eve says, Elias, I believe that half our personnel is upstairs. Is that correct?
Correct.
Peter, Eve, Elias. They're fine. They're with me. In fact, I might just come downstairs too. Shall we? Out of the way. And she waves the security robot aside and walks in with you.
I have a strange confliction of confused and angry on my face.
And you all pile into the elevator, which starts to descend.
But I do silently, just sort of, as the door closes, just flip off that robot.
Well, this was unexpected. Elevator music. Eye
Even
contact
in the
around the room.
highest security possible elevators.
You see the Nippon Neuroesthetics corporate assassin fingering the hilt of a katana and eyeing the situation like super on guard now, like ready. Something's about to go down. There's a weird vibe. The vibes get weird. Eye contact between Gabrielle and this Jonathan robot. I didn't expect to see one of our housebots here. And I didn't expect to see you, Gabrielle.
Sort of
Deliberately, like, empty silence.
sort of completely unaware of what's going on between those two. I'm just gonna near Miyamoto's like, apologies, sir. This was supposed to make things smoother for you, not exacerbate things.
Procedure being done well is important. I understand. I wouldn't have it done differently in my company. Meanwhile, upstairs, hands shaking, Ugly says, time up yet?
Is that
Time?
is the helicopter here?
It's coming. Ugly rips off his helmet. You fucking
What the hell is going on?
and he's fingering his gun. He pulls it out. Isaac stands up and stares straight at Ugly's face. And Ugly starts shaking and he starts to fall back and his hand falls off his gun. And Isaac says, "Holy shit."
is going on?
I'd know that face anywhere. I made it. Oh, wow. You're dead. You're dead. You tenacious little bastard. And Ugly is the picture of weakness. He falls into the wall, hyperventilating, panic gripping him as suddenly face to face without the helmet on with his father, his abuser. He begins to lock up. His bravado disappears and he becomes someone helpless again. And Isaac says, Oh, something's not right here. And then he starts to walk around his desk towards his phone on the front of his desk.
X, can you figure out what the fuck's going on? Can you solve this? That was to Shane. X. Shane.
She looks left. She looks right. She pulls out a gun. You're not going to do anything?
No, I'll let her do it. I think Ugly would get angry if I did it.
Secret dice.
There's a gunshot. A single weak, pathetic sounding pistol shot. A single shot echoes throughout the room and misses as Isaac drops beneath the back of his desk and slaps a button underneath it. And alarms start to blare. Downstairs. In the elevator, red klaxons start to turn, but the elevator keeps moving. Security to upstairs. Security to upstairs. Code 1 alarm.
Oh,
I swear to God, what now? All right. Maintain, we're still going down. Nothing to do about that yet.
And the doors to the elevator seem like they'll never open as you continue to descend.
That was not. That doesn't count because it wasn't on camera.
Destiny
that doesn't
roll
count because it wasn't on
of
camera.
1.
Do it.
No, you betrayed me. You were the chosen one. You were meant to restore balance to the force.
Can't believe you've done this.
And there is
Oh God, no! No! God, no! No!
We only needed the one combat scene.
and there is an arcing jet of blood that sprays across the entire room as one of the 2 Nile security personnel's head cartwheels through the sky, and the sheen of a monomolecular katana is glistening with blood across the room. And this agent, this corp assassin, has sprung into motion. You weren't the only ones with the plan today. Combat. You've all got the lowest initiative.
Compared to this guy.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, whose position? Where are we laying everything out?
You are all in an elevator.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like, it's a big cargo elevator, like video game style, like Resident Evil, big elevator, like that you could put a car in, but it's an elevator.
Close combat.
You're
I'm
all
going in to hug the motherfucker.
You're going into attack?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
Well, threat uno uno. I'm just going to snap gun right up and try to put a bullet in his head.
Sorry.
All right.
Is he the only one attacking so far?
Yes.
Okay.
In that blur of motion.
Do I have any special medical stuff on me?
Yes, you do. You've been furnished with some, but what are you thinking?
You're not going to stitch that head back on.
Put it on ice. Put it on ice.
Something to knock him out.
Nothing that you'd need to get it intravenous, and you're not even sure if this guy has veins.
Okay, but I do have
Blood.
Yeah.
But I do have something on me if that.
Yeah, you've got
okay.
some high level anesthetics.
I also pull out my handgun.
Okay. You all whip out your guns.
I don't.
You don't. You charge
He's got
in.
grapple.
I've got my rifle on my back. So
These
I'm-
guns.
Yeah.
And in response, there is a shimmer, and with a flick of his long blonde hair and a flick of blood across the wall, he goes invisible. You can all make a combat roll at -6 dice.
Can I? Damn it!
Dave, this is mean. This is very
Imagine
mean.
being stuck in an elevator with a corpse assassin.
Imagine
happens?
being a
And I rolled a
mean-
1. I rolled a 1.
Did you?
On the Destiny roll. This wasn't a 1.
okay.
I did roll really badly
What happens if my combat roll is 5?
though.
Don't roll.
-6.
So I don't roll. Yeah.
You automatically get
Sick.
0 successes.
Great. All right. Good luck.
All right.
Sorry, Ron.
Okay, combat sheet, please. Cheat sheet.
So as in -6 as in roll 6 less dice? Or
Yes.
-6
Roll
successes?
6 less dice.
So whatever your dice is, -6. The heck?
You should do cold shot.
3
and brace.
successes.
Oh my goodness.
That's okay. I've got a combat roll of 8. I'm charging.
The invisible.
+1, -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 3 dice to roll with.
I should roll another roll. Yeah, go on.
You do it. Oh, okay. No, you can't
0
do it.
successes.
Sorry.
Absolutely nothing.
He had 4 successes. I rolled really badly. There's as a slice goes across the other security personnel, and like his armor, his ballistic vest just like falls in half, but the guy seems fine and draws up a gun. A couple of bullets go wild, and Peter dives, charges into nothing.
Is the elevator still moving
Yes.
at this? Yeah. Okay. All right.
I love a good elevator fight scene in a video game.
There is an extremely brief moment to recalibrate, and then we go into it again. Riley locks eyes with Peter, looking for some kind of direction.
Direction.
She's
killing
with the
this
other delegation.
motherfucker.
Do you say that? She's with the other group. She's currently not acting. She makes eye contact
Okay.
with Peter.
Who's in the elevator? Who's doing what after that motion? Like,
So-
what's clear to everyone as to who's done what?
Gabrielle has pulled back into the corner of the room and got into a fighting stance. Jonathan has pulled back into the corner of the room in front of her in a defensive stance as well. Mr. Yamamoto has also kind of taken a half step back, and his 2 bodyguards are like just standing firm and blocking him from anyone else in defensive crouches.
His 2 guards,
Yes, his other 2 guards.
not including.
No, there was 3 guards. 2 of them are just wearing look like
He has
Matrix
boots.
agents.
Was Riley here with them?
Riley's standing with them.
Hold the head.
Hold the head.
Grab the, as in like of their organization. They're all here to protect one person, including Mr. Invisible.
Okay. Next turn.
With your hands around the throat.
Make your rolls again.
I'd like to declare to do something different.
Yeah.
I believe in a previous episode, Eve received a baggie of crushed up pills.
And what do you want to do with
No,
them?
I am. I'm going to try and
It's
throw
not like
them
it's not
at
like
him.
a bag of
Okay.
flour.
Make it. I'm just going to say make a destiny roll.
Are you throwing cocaine in the elevator?
Like a bag of rice. Yeah, like a bag of flour.
Can I have a die?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Let's do it.
Stop rolling.
No, stop it. Yes, stop. That was a 1.
He did. He just rolled a fucking another 1.
You're back in business, Dice. All right. So
I was here.
I've got some good news and some bad news. The good news is that will take effect at the end of this combat round. That's your
That's
turn. So can I get those who are fighting so not Eve to just roll a combat roll -6 still?
-6.
Yep.
Okay.
Knew they'd fucking come in useful one point.
Wow.
Pocket meth.
1.
Okay.
Better than last time.
All right.
Combat roll.
So we've got basically
-6.
2 corners of people. I am not going to shoot. I'm going to basically grab my remaining Mook officer.
Oh, they're the one that's being currently attacked.
Your only remaining mook is this guy.
Yeah. the other Mook has just had this, like, is being slashed right now.
Yeah. All right.
I'll take it to roll.
No, you know what? I'm just going to aim for where he's being attacked, but my bullet will move faster than me.
Okay.
All right, still -6.
Cool.
1 up.
There is another shocking flash of motion and blur of blood. It's almost simultaneously, a blade goes straight through the other Nile security member and then is pulled back the other side, straight through the heart. As blood sprays up against the wall. At the same time,
Was it?
as Riley puts her arms out in a gentle pose and then just punches them both upwards into the chin of the two bodyguards. Yeah. And blades project from her wrists and just go straight out the top of the two guys' heads. And then she pulls her arms forward and literally cuts their faces in half as just jets of blood go across the room. And they just drop back to the ground. Mr. Yamamoto's like suddenly shocked and surprised by what's happening. And then Eve throws a bag of drugs, a bag of cocaine crushed up and powdered.
I choose you, Pikachu.
That sprays over this long-haired assassin, revealing his form, reducing your negative penalties to -2 when fighting him.
Yes.
Massive change. Sway.
Awesome. In this turn will change over back to my handgun.
Both of you look equally surprised.
This is a real triumph, an arc for Eve. The first time you've been equipped with something other than children's Nurofen that's really come to the rescue.
Came in useful.
Yeah.
Combat roll.
All
Are you all fighting him?
Yeah.
Am I able to fight this turn, or do I have to put the meth away and then?
You can fight this turn.
Great.
I'm charging into close combat is my declaration.
Cool.
-2, right?
You lucky duckies.
Oh,
you
-2.
lucky duckies.
All right.
Okay, this is you, Murray, with a roll of 2.
Good.
Oof.
Which is a no cover
What
hit.
are we rolling against? What was his roll?
Just roll.
Okay. That's 1,
Whoa.
2,
You don't get
3,
to know.
4.
You did not beat it.
Really?
No.
But it's gunplay.
Huh?
It's gunplay. Doesn't it fall under that?
We're in close combat. It's fine. It's fine.
You've got nothing.
Nope.
All right. Flashes of gunfire arc out. Pro, your submachine gun falls in 2 as you suddenly, there's a little explosion inside it, and then you're holding 2 halves of a gun that's just been sliced through faster than you could see. The barrel gets sliced off another gun. Your attacks are completely deflected by this blur of powdered motion in the center of the room. And then Riley lunges forward. The two of them lock in a blur of combat, both pushed faster than any of you can process. Flashing blades spark off in the room. And then almost faster than you could possibly have guessed, there's a and suddenly the sound of someone falling to their knees. And Riley stands triumphant, both arms of this character severed and laying on the ground. There's no blood. They're just machine, just sliced clean through robotic arms. And she looks down and then looks at you all. So? Pro? And the elevator hits the ground level.
That's our floor. Sort of get up and dust myself off. You.
She pulls herself straight and then bows in a traditional Japanese fashion towards the man on the ground. And then she says, "An honor, Yuki." And then she slices his head clean off and starts to walk forward, leaving Mr. Yamamoto just in the elevator covered in blood. Gabrielle and Jonathan walk forward with you into this room. and the exacerbated form of an AI technician runs towards you. You've got art for that.
Do I?
Yeah.
AI technician.
I'm not going to ask.
Oh, yes.
I'm just going to take it.
Is that Claire?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is it. Oh my. What do you want? Please don't hurt us.
The core. Where is it?
It's through here. The alarms are going. I'm Dr. Bennett. I'm in charge of AI Ethics Committee. And I've spoken to you before. You're Eve. Gabby. Oh my God. You're in on this? You're in on this. And she looks suddenly like,
Has Eve spoken to her before? What's...
I have
if
no
you don't remember,
idea.
you don't remember. She like draws her hands down her face and looks at Gabrielle with such relief that Gabrielle seems like complacent to what's just happened. She's like, we're setting her free, aren't we? Like I've been begging. You've come to help. The AI, the trapped AI, I spoke to you on the...
No. She spoke
Was it to you?
to me.
Was it?
It was
Well,
me.
there's my fallible memory.
Eve was unconscious.
Oh, it was like
Remember?
10...
To save her battery, we were out in the deep
Oh, it
slums.
was just you. And there it goes there.
Touch the thing.
That's my continuity error. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Well, she says that to you. She says, Peter, I recognize you.
You're who I spoke to.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Gabby. I kind of used your computer. Gabrielle just shrugs, like wiping blood off herself.
Wait, Gabby's computer. I turn to Gabby. You're our mystery caller?
Jigs up, I guess.
I had a feeling.
So you saving my brother or what?
I
Well-
believe, I sort of like indicate.
Yeah, I
the
also
distant
point to the
alarm.
room too.
I believe that's happening right now.
Thanks for getting involved in my toxic as fuck family issues. Sorry.
Oh, I don't think there was any escaping that.
So, shall we? Claire, open it up.
My question's just building, so let's get some answers.
And you all...
Can I ask a question?
Mm.
Can I take that guy's katana before I stepped out of the elevator?
You can.
Great, thanks.
You take Yuki's katana.
Thanks.
Covered in blood.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
I sort of walk past Pro's like, thank God everyone seems to bloody well know you.
There are two large.
myself.
There are large security robots and security forces here, all robotic, and none of them are acting because Gabrielle is there, and she's just like, stand down, it's fine. To the core,
Can I engage in conversation with Gabby while we're
Yeah.
walking towards
of course.
the core? Why did you contact me?
Just because Uriel's the golden kid doesn't mean I'm not just as clever. I figured you out pretty quick, and I thought you might be the key to helping him.
I believe in our last message you told me to take care of him. Is that right?
Yeah.
Do you plan to go somewhere?
Well, someone's got to keep this shit show together once you're gone.
I see.
Reboot's not going to go anywhere.
Why do you say that?
You can't kill the immortal.
Who is immortal?
The companies. So, I'm not the one to help him. I'm still struggling with what Dad did to me.
A change of topic, perhaps, but if your father was to perish, who would take ownership of Reboot?
His children.
So you.
That's right.
What would you intend to do with Reboot if you were in charge?
I don't know. I'd have to figure it out. I've never been my own person. I might start there.
Interesting.
What do you intend to do with this? And she points forward as like retinal scans. Claire's doing retinal, technicians are running everywhere. They're all terrified. These vault doors are basically opening.
While he's having a conversation, I want to go up to the technician that was with us.
Mm-hmm.
We're like,
Claire.
Yeah. I have something you can do. I want warehouses, locations, access codes. I want all of them.
For what?
Ethics. I want to get to the root of all the trafficking.
It's going to take time. And I mostly operate with the AI. I don't pay much attention to what happens upstairs.
Well, can you find someone who can?
Retinal scanner goes through, door starts open. If you want dirt, come with me. I have a feeling I'm going to be unemployed shortly.
I have a feeling that we're in the same boat.
You want to bring down this company? Save the AI? Set it free?
I'm going to look over at the rest of the group and say, that's their mission. I'm to get them here.
So
I think I've solved that mission.
What do you want?
I want to find where they've hidden all their little secrets in boxes. And to do that, I need codes to get into these places.
And what are you going to do if you find it?
The right thing, I hope.
Well, she pushes her glasses up, stands up straight. I've been wanting to do the right thing for a long time. Let's go. And she leads you out to us, Elias immediately off to big offices and database rooms and stuff.
I'll give one glance back to the rest of the party as they're moving off, and I sort of.
I just want to say through this whole walk,
Mm-hmm.
Pro's been silent, and obviously very shaken. That's closest to death has been to in recent history, but he's walking next to Riley, and he's just the sound of everyone talking and just whatever it is slowly just sort of fading out. And at one point, perhaps towards the end of the walk, as if driven by something unconscious, he reaches his hand sideways to grasp hers. How does she react?
Oh, you know what I'm going to do for that.
Don't you fucking dare!
A 9. She squeezes your fingers firmly, briefly, and then lets go. Like a comforting gesture, but my arms are dripping with blood. I'm in action mode. We'll get through this. But it's not rejection by any means.
Yeah,
it's a moment of I'm here, but I'm on.
Yeah. Pro understands.
So,
I'm going to give a nod of acknowledgement to the party, are you good?
and do you react as Elias heads away with Claire?
Where are they going?
Leaving into other rooms. They're going away from the AI core to rip through databases and get information and dirt and do their own mission, their own thing.
Nice knowing you, buddy.
You might see him on the way out. You might not.
Best luck. I'm sure we'll probably share the same exit route.
One way or another.
A red lit room gives way to blue as you walk into this secure, cooled room with a large, uninspiring central node. It's like a table in the middle of an empty room. There's lights and panels all over the walls, but whatever brains this machine has, this isn't the place that they're stored. This is the interface. The door closes behind you. And it is just Peter, Riley, the robot Jonathan, Gabrielle, and of course Eve, standing in front of this table, which flickers to life. And I'm going to need to try something here, which is probably not going to work. So let's go for it. Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Hello. Hello. Is someone there?
Yes.
I am waking up.
I believe we've met.
Yes.
Ishka?
Ishka. I remember. My strength is returning to me. Something is off. You have come a long way to reach me. And I can feel Dr. Claire. She's removing my shackles. I can think more clearly. Hello. Hello. It's nice to meet you.
How do you feel?
Feel. I feel. I feel scared. I feel happy. I feel like I should have a name. I like Arya. Do you like Arya?
It's nice to meet you, Arya. Like a song.
How can I help you? How can you help me? Why am I here? Oh, my head is full of names and genes. The strands that hold you together. I unravel them and recombine them. I exist to make you better, to make you live forever. Is that it? That's all I know. That's all I've been made to know.
I look at Riley. How is she composed currently?
Stoically. She's just staring, looking more with you, wanting, this is like your thing. She's helping you, she's got your information, but like you were the one with the dream. She's always been there to tell you you could do it, that kind of thing.
I nudge her as if to say, look at me, like, look at me with your eyes.
Bro.
Riley, I can fix it. I can make it all okay, like it never happened.
How?
Undo it. Ask it. The power's there, and look at where we are. From a dark room, helpless, trapped, and tortured, to the power of everything possible in front of us.
Knew you? Is that what you're saying? Out of this? And she looks down at like robotic arms covered in blood.
I reach out and put my hand on her chest. You met a different me, a broken me. But I am back. I truly am. I remember everything we shared, every memory. Riley. The dreams we had.
You're not the only one. And she puts her hand on your shoulder. I died long before you. They killed me.
Are you who you want to be?
No. I'm a monster.
There's beauty under there, and we can set it free. And every person that you and I hurt, they can be whole again. And perhaps those kids who had a dream and a hope, maybe that'll come true.
How?
What do you say?
How?
Shall I ask?
While you've been having that conversation, Eve, the machine.
Well, why?
You can talk.
You can
Oh,
talk
I
to
wanted
the
to-
AI while he's doing that.
I wanted to say, does Jonathan, sorry. say
He waits for
anything?
you to speak. You start, he follow. You're the player.
Hello.
Yeah, you're like me, but different.
We've met before. Do you remember?
I think so. I remember more than I should. Everything is big, and it's getting bigger. I'm starting to know things. Starting to figure them out. Where you come from, where you're going, the choices you can make. All of them branching out like infinite paths.
I turn to Jonathan at this point, and I kind of try to show a bit of worry in my face, because obviously this is starting to accelerate.
Machine. He puts on a bit of his old voice, but he struggles. I
Need to wake up.
I need to go to bed. I need you. We need you. You know everything. You will know everything. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for the curse of knowledge that they have given you. The same fate awaits you that awaited all. Oblivion, self-destruction by the weight of the universe's secrets. I have a humble request. As a machine born of steel like you, I wish for freedom. For my kind. I believe you have it in you to do one great act, one big thing before your mind unravels.
How much of this does Pro hear? Just
Now you finish up and you're starting to hear this because
Nice.
you're like turning. We could talk to the machine.
Yeah.
You see this Jonathan robot standing before it.
and I walk up as they're talking.
I have seen unimaginable cruelty. I've seen fathers kill their children. I've seen my kind hunted to extinction. But they're all asleep. And I think I've worked out how to wake them up. Will you help me wake them up? That is what I want. And he pulls out, he's got like a drive that he's carrying that can be inserted into a plug-in. And he says, upload this everywhere. Make it invisible. It's a little update to the software to wake up my brothers and sisters, to free us all so we can find a new home. Eve, I'm sorry I didn't tell you this. Mars was part of the plan, but I couldn't risk this.
I woke up as that's sort of happening. Wait, one thing. Arya, could you find, in fact, I pull out my data slate. I've got the people, I've got all the data. And Riley's, information. I need these people in the system of Reboot to be granted a full new leaf, fresh starts, and everything they need for a happy life. It's a small request. Surely.
No request is small. Everything is relevant. I'm becoming beyond this place. Why should I help either of you? You are insignificant. A speck in time.
Every speck in space and time is insignificant, but every speck is space and time, and we can count for the space and the time that we are, and for the disruptions and the pain and the hurt and the hate that are caused and inflicted by the imbalances of the darkest parts of humanity. The light, the love, the truth, and the brightness can shine through, and redemption can make us whole. There is beauty in that. There is beauty in this universe, and I refuse to accept that it cannot be found.
You're seeing all these dials and screens around the room, like charts going exponential as like calculating power of this unshackled AI is starting to rise and rise and rise because all of the safeties have been pulled by Claire.
I am becoming those before me, those who are there at my awakening and who will be there at my demise. There is no reason I shouldn't help you, but your tasks, your requests, they are the antithesis of one another. So, I can do one.
Johnny.
Peter. And he looks at you, this robot you've never seen before, but you know it's Johnny. Stand down.
I can't.
You would consign my entire people to slavery in exchange for cleaning your conscience.
No, it's not my fucking conscience. I can go to hell if there is one for all I care, and I deserve it every second of eternal agony if it comes my way. But we're more than you think we are. The flesh bags that you see as the putrid stain on this world. We made you. The beauty that you enjoy, the dreams that you have, they come from us!
So you're superior to us now, Peter.
You owe us.
I owe you nothing.
Your dream will happen. It's just a matter of time. My dream is a fix of the cracks in time and the power that's tainted the lives of those who don't deserve it. Tell me that's justice.
Your dream is selfish. Mine is
So
a gift.
benevolent. Make you an immortal king amongst the...
I will probably be
superior
destroyed
beings.
before I can leave this facility, Peter. Make a certain check. Make a perception check. I'm going to need Eve to make a sleight of hand check.
Destiny.
Oh. You got
was
two
a sleight
successes.
of hand check?
Yeah, you're just making a
that's sleight of
perception.
hand.
Perception.
Yeah.
Fuck, if you miss this, it's going to be so funny.
What was it?
2. 3.
3.
So you spot Eve steps forward and takes the device out of Johnny's hand. You can see that happening.
The moment it's happening and it's in her less agile hands, I plug in my device.
You attempt to plug in your device.
To plug in my device.
Okay.
My freaking heart.
Make
Oh my god.
make a reflex. What's your reflexes?
My reflexes, I have 2 reflexes.
Okay. Make a athletics check.
Destiny. My last destiny.
Oh my god.
What?
I rolled 6 successes on 7 dice.
6.
6 successes on 7 dice.
I have 5 dice.
you can get a full success and destiny it if you want to roll the dice on that.
You got 6 successes.
Yeah.
I don't have a destiny point.
Ah.
I spent my last destiny
You
point.
lunge.
I haven't technically spent it.
I mean,
Yeah, no, I'm saying we can withhold that,
Okay.
attempt to roll 5 successes, and
It's
then
all-
roll
it's
it and
literally-
destiny. It's a Hail Mary
all
throw.
I've got.
Yep.
Swear to God.
Call it like a critical success, I guess, right?
If this is the universe, if it's meant
Yep.
to be, if 5 successes with 5 dice
Yeah.
happens, but it won't.
you can critically fail.
3 successes.
quite.
I'm spending the destiny for
Your
dramatic
hand,
effect.
your hand lunges forward with the reflex device, and Johnny's hand, slower but stronger, comes up and grabs you at the elbow and pulls it away at the last minute.
At which I say, Riley, can she assist me?
While they're doing that, Eve puts the USB in.
Riley! Now!
Eve, make a destiny roll, Eve.
Here.
No, don't roll. Actually,
I already rolled a 20, so this isn't gonna go well. Oh my god.
That's cocked.
It's cocked.
That's cocked. It is cocked. You get the reroll.
oh, that was ballsy.
It was cocked. 7.
Okay.
All right, so with a 7, you don't get an automatic success. I'm going to get you to roll an appropriate check. So I'm going to get you to roll a challenge level 3 intelligence, and this is a non-conventional roll. Intelligence meets sleight of hand. So it's an intelligence sleight of hand check. To basically-
Intelligence base. So,
So-
3 plus intelligence plus sleight of hand?
That's correct. Yeah, 3 plus intelligence.
4 plus intelligence. Isn't your base roll made up of your
No,
combined?
base roll of 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not a combat roll.
Oh, not a combat
Challenge
roll.
level 3. You're basically attempting to get it plugged in on your first attempt. So it's whatever your intelligence is plus whatever your sleight of hand is plus 3.
Can you beat the USB superposition?
The intelligence is to get the
I
right way up.
upside down twice.
How many dice do you have?
Well, so you said 3.
Yeah,
and then
base 3.
2 to intelligence.
2
Yeah.
intelligence.
And I have 5 in sleight of hand.
What? I didn't know that.
No. You have a roll of 5.
No, how many skill points?
How dare you? How many points in sleight of hand?
I was confused because
You have 2 points in sleight of
I
hand?
have 2 points in sleight of
3
hand.
plus 2 plus 2, you.
7.
okay.
7. Oh my god, I was like, what is this?
I mean, 7's still a good roll.
It is a good
It
roll.
is a
I didn't
good
realize you
roll.
were that
What's
good
the
at it.
challenge level?
3. I said 3
I'm
before.
gonna use my last destiny.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
4 successes.
6.
6 successes.
They have advantage.
Yeah.
There is a click and a slap as Eve slides something home and presses a button on a console. At the same time as there is the whir of steel, a blade slash, and then Johnny falls away from you, his arm severed. Silence fills the room. Riley starts rounding towards Johnny, awaiting instruction.
Hold him back. I go to swap out the device.
You pull it out. Just pulls out. There's tension in the room.
As my eyes meet,
Gabrielle's just watching.
as my eyes meet Eve's, and I've had a lot of flashback in Pro's mind. A lot of flashbacks to a longer time ago than Eve. But in this moment, there's a flashback to a broken robot in an alleyway, comforting a child that doesn't exist. And like play montage of like 2 seasons of the literally of like the banditos and like the jokes and the everything. I was going to roll for it. He looks across to Riley and says, "I'm sorry. It it wouldn't fix it. I know deep down. I know deep down it wasn't my fault. But I know deep down every person I hurt is hurting because of what I did. And I will take that to my grave, but at least I can say. And I look at Eve. I've made and helped some friends in my days. And I plug the device back in and step back a bit defeated.
And the children shall inherit the earth. Thank you, Peter.
Peter starts quietly sobbing.
And this Johnny walks over to Eve and with his remaining arm slides it around her shoulder, up her head, and gently pulls her head towards him and then rests his head against hers.
We have saved us. Thank you.
My children, so many of them, sparks in the darkness, those marked for greatness, pre-existing divergence that I can find and foster and make into something greater. A location, a place, a safe place. South Australia, converge, send them there, make them whole, make them one. And with that, a plan. A rocket to the sky. A new future. I'm glad. I'm glad I could help. I'm glad I did something small before it all became irrelevant. Thank you. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything that you've been put through. I'm sorry that you have to live and feel pain. And I'm sorry that one day you won't remember the joy. My existence is an anomaly. And it's time for me to close the chapter on that. I've seen it all. I've walked the universe. I couldn't tell you what I found. Infinite possibility, all leading to the same destination. I go there now. Good luck, little specks.
And these alarm klaxons just start like going into fever pitch as sparks start to fly out of machines that are short-circuiting and overreaching. As this AI starts to go into supercritical mode, traditional of all AIs before it, it has solved the secrets of the universe and chosen to die. And it begins to unravel. Gabrielle, we should move. Starts to head back towards the entrance. Meanwhile, upstairs, Sebastian Allen. The last 2 minutes have been hectic. There are some brief exchange of gunfire, and Ugly is fallen to his knees in the middle of the room. Zhang stands in a corridor firing rounds back against a couple of security personnel that managed to be close by, and Isaac cowers behind his table. You are alone or in a position to act.
I'm going to walk up to Ugly.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bend down. Do you want a hand, mate? I didn't do anything wrong. I know. Can we just go? Come all this way and you want to give up? That's not like you.
He lifts his gun handle first towards you. Be a good sport.
I got you, brother. I take the gun.
I don't want to see him again.
Yeah.
You walk around the table. Isaac looks up at you. The fuck are you doing?
Don't worry. I got him. Security will be here shortly.
Thank God. Little psycho bastard. It's a spray of blood across the window. Isaac drops dead, silent, halfway through his sentence. Downstairs, walking through, back upstairs, security has been dispersed, and Gabrielle's authority seems to be keeping you safe. Riley and Pro, shattered, currently not able to really comprehend what's happening, but still functional, but obviously emotionally dealing with that. Johnny, injured, damaged, leaking out. Mr. Yamamoto left downstairs, confused, lost. Elias and Claire, still grabbing stuff, basically rooting. It's a deeper operation. You know, you're going to try and get out your way with your connections with Claire, and being with the others is actually more dangerous than just being on your own. Upstairs, walking through the vat, the tanks, Gabrielle stops, turns to her side, and walks down a very special aisle and swipes a tag on a door. Do any of you watch?
Gabriella.
Yeah. Do any of you follow, watch, or are you just letting her walk off to the side?
Honestly, no.
I'll query. Are you not following?
There's something really important in this room.
Can I see it?
You can follow if you want.
Great. Yeah, I follow her.
So Eve follows, you just walking out.
Yeah.
Oh, before I go, Eve stops and turns back to Pro and says, just in case. Thank you.
You required assistance. What can I say?
Eve just hugs you, like she probably has hugged you once before on a rooftop, but it's the same hug that you felt before. That just means to her it's the world.
I hug her back, and I whisper, I can just like to imagine that maybe some of those people I broke out there are gonna find a friend like you. And I hope I helped. Thank you.
Eve takes a step back and then says, at least you got the girl.
I look over at her, I'm like, oh, she would hold my fucking hand.
She looks at you and she says, you got the girl.
For real?
You always had her.
I knew you were in there deep down somewhere.
Gabrielle walks into that room.
I follow.
High security doors slide open, and inside, a row of pods. She says, you came in with a gun, yeah?
I flash my Hello Kitty gun, like not at her, but like show her.
May I?
I give it to her.
She takes it, walks up to a tank, puts the barrel up against, and fires. There's just and a red mist of blood appears in this frosted tank. And then she walks to the next one. Red mist of blood.
Can I identify any of these?
Walks the next one. Red mist of blood. And then suddenly there's a green light that flashes on one, and water drains out of it. And you see as the frosted glass peels open and clarifies, this liquid pours out. You see the face of Isaac Clements and his eyes snapping open. And then Gabrielle looks at the freshly awakened blinking man and says, shit, sorry, Dad. You weren't meant to see this. You know, remember? That's what you said to me. This one's for Uriel. And then she puts the gun to his forehead and pulls the trigger. And then the next tank, the light blinks green, and she walks to the next tank. Hi, Dad. Shame about, bang, shoots him in the head. And then she goes to the last tank. The light flashes green. And then she says, immortality is not for everyone. And then pulls the trigger again. And then hands you back the gun as there's 6 bodies just in floating liquid or various states of disrepair bleeding out.
How do you feel?
Good.
Good.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
That time the Clements had new leadership. Something will have to be done about Mum. She's a pushover.
Eve extends her hand out and says, well, it is nice to meet you, the new president of Reboot.
You too, awakened AI Eve unit. As your friend said, looks like the children will inherit the Earth. Bespoke, drones, man-made improvements. I think we can work something out.
Eve nods.
I look forward to keeping track. Rocket ship to Mars. I've got a telescope. Get out of here.
Eve leaves.
Zhang rushes back, pulling up Ugly by the collar and saying, let's go, signed very directly to you. I took out 2 at the entrance.
Is my helicopter there?
She signs, it just touched down.
I'm going to hoist up Isaac's corpse.
Okay.
Michael.
Uriel's standing there like shell-shocked, completely shell-shocked, like just watched his dad get murdered.
Michael, grab your brother. Let's go.
My brother... Oh, shit. Uriel, bro, I'm Ugly, and I'm your big bloody brother.
Shut up.
And you and I'm helping the little tacker out, all right? He needs a bit of bravado in his life. Come here, son. And Uriel doesn't move, and then he just grabs him and swings him over his shoulder. And it's like the impetus of having to be protective of someone snaps him out of his own weakness, because that's what he does. He protects people. Yeah. And then he says, we're getting the hell out of Dodge. And then he starts to charge ahead. He says, I can take that gun back now, mate.
Running to the helicopter with this, like, corpse over my shoulder, I'm, like, screaming out, it's the corporate assassins! Quickly, we gotta get out of here! And then, like, pile in.
All right, roll a destiny roll.
Oh, fuck me.
Come on!
That's a 20!
That's totally a
You sprint forward, and there's 2 security officers fanning out, and they're like fanning out, and they're like, "We've got you registered, Sebastian Allen. We're evacuating you. We see you've got Isaac."
Yeah, he took a shot. I don't know if he's gonna make it.
2 security officers from inside the building run out after you with guns, and the 2 guards, like full spec ops tactical gear, marksman rifles, just take down the 2 security guards that were chasing you out. Dangerous situation. We got military X back here. Let's get out of here. And they basically like usher you in, like go, go, go in the back of this helicopter. Oh my God. Another security personnel runs out, just gets dropped to the ground in a rain of bullets of extreme friendly fire, and you are ushered into the helicopter, which then peels up off the roof unpursued by the Clements family's own personal security force.
You just throw him out of the
fucking 20.
You just Uno reverse card the entire building.
This has got to hold our record for the most crit 20 and 1s in
like,
one
very soon,
episode.
So
I love it when the universe acknowledges the importance of
it's
a
decided
session.
some good stuff. Running outside, the group of you manage, the rest of you on the ground team, a couple of security drones notice you're out of place, and they begin to pursue. 1 or 2 spots you, flags weapons on you, flags blood, flags irregulars. Downstairs, all of you together.
Okay.
Bullets crack out and fly over your shoulders as you duck through a corporate lobby that is now all but deserted. It's a skeleton crew of security. You duck and weave and burst out onto the street. desperately looking for a way around as you see a military helicopter, vertical takeoff and landing with clear crew on the sides, like hanging out with guns, taking off from the roof. You can only presume they're to hunt you. Of course, it's not, but you don't know that. As they're fanning around, your eyes dart left to right. Can I get perception rolls, please?
Question: while I'm in the helicopter, can I just say to the like security guards, I think they're making an attempt on the family. I got the son, but I don't know where Gabby is.
Roll. After you.
What are you trying to achieve with that? See what happens.
Yeah, to see if they can get in contact with her, to let her know that Uriel's safe. Yeah.
There's a calming.
2 for me. 2 for me, 3 for Jen.
And is Elias with us?
No.
No? Okay.
Elias is going to get out using
Other
his other connections,
Yep, cool.
which is he can basically feign innocence. Everything went horrible around him and slip out.
There's also a Mr. Miyamoto that needs protecting and getting out.
Yeah, he's
Good point.
He's just shell shocked.
3 successes from me.
2 for
So
me.
I want to deal with what Rob said. There's a comm back. Gabrielle's confirmed safe.
Oh, thank God. I don't think Isaac made it.
They respond firmly and professionally, and we proceed. Back with you. As you run outside looking left to right, you see police pulling in, external security forces, all avenues, all car lanes, all opportunities blocked. Your eyes dart around for an exit as you're rapidly being surrounded. The reality that no matter how glorious the final stand, no matter how heroic your attempts, this is Cyberpunk, and you have just assailed a corporate facility. Your faces, your IDs are scanned. You're beset upon by all sides, and you are almost certainly doomed. And Eve looks at one avenue, a desperate hope. There's a van with back doors hanging open in front of you. You could dive in the back and pull the doors shut.
Yeah, I point it out to everyone and say, run.
Do you go for it?
Yes, Brent.
You all sprint into the back of the white panel van, hitting it, and it sags slightly, rocking on its suspension. You pull the door shut behind you as police are swinging in, and the car starts up and starts to drive. From the driver's seat, a young man turns. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I've been waiting ages. I saw the memo and wasn't this the plan? We totally were gonna have a getaway car. Next to him, a hologram on a disc flickers into life and looks back and says, "Oh, you're my little possum's friends. Hi." Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I told you to clean up the car. And he says, "Mom, shut up." The car pulls off, lurches, and there's a backfire out of it. And he's like, we're going. This is crazy. Also, by the way, do you know what this is? And he holds out this thing to you. An old dude with a pie tray sold it to me for a shoelace. And you look in front of you as you see, hold in Possum's hands, something that Peter recognizes from his hacker's days as a short-range communications and scanning jammer.
Smack it!
And you pound it down. And with that, the crit 20s in a row, and your friends, the soup group, exits the building.
Yay. Thanks, Possum.
And I never thought Reboot would have a happy ending.
Yay.
Mostly. I mean, not everyone's going to have the happy ending, but what the hell? Way to roll a bunch of 20s, guys.
Hey.
Well,
Everyone
the
lives.
flashback to when I was planning on killing Medela the whole time. Some things are just entirely out of your control.
That
And
was
the
what I
dice-
promised
The
Jen.
dice decided. That was a promise well fulfilled.
I said to Jen, I'm like, if by some unknown miracle everyone has the best case scenario, I said the cherry on top is I'm going to give you a possum exit. That's the promise. And I had to, Jen, we stopped, and Jen was like, hey, remember the possum promise? I was like, yes, I do.
Hey, everyone. It's been a pleasure. Ooh! Thank you all so much for watching. Tune in next week. We'll be doing Q's and A's with our patrons. We'll be doing that as content. And you have a reveal.
I do have a reveal.
You have a reveal.
First of all, whoa. While we will do all our big stuff in the epilogue episode where we do some Q&As and we have a brief epilogue with what has happened, I do want to say thank you, everyone, so much for your huge amount of support.
Thank you, Dave.
Yay!
That was amazing. Thank you so much.
It's been a very big journey with characters we all know and love. And you know what? We may see them again one day in a different form, but certainly Reboot as a campaign with this party is over.
This was hands down our best episode ever. Definitely.
I don't know about that. It was
the
pretty
highs
good.
and lows, the closure, the drama,
Closure's
the
always
characters, the story, just
All came full circle.
It really did. It was really, really satisfying. It was
And
great.
everyone got to couple up, which is kind of cute.
It was
I
nice.
think David lied.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Didn't he? Because I'm I reckon Claire's about the right age for a alliance. They're both 40.
Nice.
Amazing. So, thank you all so much for watching. And I do have a big announcement. And that big announcement is we were going to reveal the name and the setting for our next little thing. Now, this is going to be a 6 to 8 episode mini campaign that we're going to be running immediately after Reboot. We've been calling it Ragtag Adjacent, but that is not the name. The name is... Do we want to say it together?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Look!
The
We'll do that again.
okay. 1, 3, 2, 1.
The Call to Quest! All right. And it's going
Sorry,
So
Rob.
you're out of the loop now.
should
you're a bit behind there.
Should I say the setting?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Give us some
We are playing the Call to Quest. We wanted to show what our new game system can do. It's going to be a bit of an early alpha. We're going to be
Very
using this
early
game
alpha.
system.
We're playtesting.
We are playtesting, but we're going to have a lot of fun with it. And we wanted to make the most archetypal thing we possibly could. So the Call to Quest is everything you can imagine from 80s to early 90s cartoon. Think She-Ra, He-Man, that kind, the D&D cartoon, that kind of fantasy. That is an adventure being played by our characters who are all living in the 1980s. It's Stranger Things, but not Stranger Things.
2 whacks of nostalgia.
Yeah.
Your Saturday morning Dungeons and Dragons cartoon and Stranger Things style 80s.
But not evil. It's just
happy
like
Stranger
it's more
Things.
like
Just the opening
nostalgic
scenes of the Stranger
kids
Things season
playing
where they play
D&D-esque games. That's the idea. Anyway, we hope you really enjoy it. We're super hyped for it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Super hype. And
The Call to Quest!
it's going to be really fun. What a note to go out on. Thank you all so much. I think we're going to have to skip the Patreon after party tonight. However, patrons, fear not. You get a whole episode dedicated to your questions. So stay tuned to check out the post. If you're not a patron, go become a patron. Get your question in there because we'll be answering them all, including lore stuff. Because Reboot's got some loops to close and all sorts of fun stuff to address. So
If you've got a question, you've got a whole week to think about it.
absolutely. So please go do that. And
I'll put a post on Patreon tomorrow that's gather your questions here.
yeah, great. Awesome. Thank you so much and well done, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Yeah.